Okay, so we've jumped, well, we've done nothing. We've rebooted the machine. SSH should be running on our host machine now. Our host machine is up and going. So I'm going to clean up a little bit. I need to get rid of that screen recorder. And right here, I'm just going to put a directory where I was. That's for me. Just for me. Okay, so now I like to use screen. And we want to SSH into our host machine. So host OS at 192.168.2. I think it's 104. Okay, alright, my SSH keys are tangled up. Frequently happens if you don't have static IPs on your machine. These things can happen. So, in my home directory of the user, I'm going to type in SSH echo something harmless like a pound sign into SSH known hosts. Okay, now I can jump back in. It just clears out the keys file. So, oh god, I put in a long password for this, I forgot. Okay, alright, we are inside our host machine, and that is okay. Now, first things first, I'm going to move stuff around here, and what I need to do is I'm going to CD into my desktop. I'm going to make a directory for both LFS stuff. I'll CD into that, and I need to get the documentation. So let's say links www.google.com. I'm going to download our book, and it's LFS 7.7. I know the search query is no chunks. Let's see, book, no chunks. Okay, I could go here, but this is the book, and I don't want to just go get the book. I don't want to view the book. I want to download the book. That way I'll have it. And you can see here index of LFS downloads, blah blah blah. Throughout the tutorial, pay attention to, I don't know if you can see that or not. It won't let me highlight, but I'll highlight this way. Pay attention to the URLs that I go into. Okay. Link order may change, but URLs should pretty much stay the same. Okay, so this is where I'm going to go get the book. And push enter, and here we go. And instead of viewing it, I'm going to just press D for download. 2 megabytes, and now I can quit this. Okay, here's the book, and I'm going to say links, and let's look at it. Okay. I am not going to go through this book too much. It's better off if you read it. And it's better explained. Equals your size 8. No, your size 8. It's better off if you read it. It's better explained in the book. Okay? And the whole object too of the LFS experience is to actually learn more by one reading. Okay? And I'm just here as a guide. And so LFS target architectures, LFS I think from 6.8 on up has started to incorporate 64-bit installs. Okay, so if you have a 32-bit or a 64-bit, there you go. Build times are 198 minutes for a 32-bit and 190 for a 64-bit. And oh jeez, somebody needs to put pressure on the editor of the book here and say, for example, in a test build LFS on. Oh my god, this is crazy. Well, alright, we'll get back to that. But these numbers are gauged off of a 6.5 LFS install, and it was 198 minutes on a dual core or core duo CPU. And these numbers are not relevant to the LFS that we're building now. Okay, it has taken me at least an entire day, if not, I'm going to say 30 hours to build LFS 7.7 on a 32-bit machine with 1 gig of RAM. Okay, we'll go over all that stuff, build times and everything. But for this install, I am going to be building on a 32-bit. The reason being is I've built the last 4 versions of my install on 64-bit, and this time I just choose to do a 32-bit. Okay, I figured it would be nice to tap into some 32-bit users who may want something fresh. And that stuff. Standards, rationale, packages, and book. It's all up to you. Prerequisites, it's up to you. Host system requirements is very important. We will take care of that. And there you go. First things first. Disregard the book for a second. I'm seeding into desktop. And I'm on my host machine. What I want to do is, I want to do a couple things when I'm here. I want to make life a little easier for myself. I'm going to say sudo su. First thing I think I'm going to change my password. Okay. And let's say password root. Okay. Now let me exit here. I'm gonna say sudo su again. Oh shit. Gotta say login. Host login. I don't know if I can log in as root on this machine, on Ubuntu. Okay, well, I changed my password. That's a little thing for me to do. It would make life a little easier for me to get some tools while I'm here. This is below the scope of the book. This is just ease of access for the installer. Okay, so first I would like to get apt-get install. I want to get aptitude because I like the search function in that package manager. I would like to get links. I would also like to get links with a Y. Okay. Now, if you are running this machine and you're not SSH'd in, but you are on the actual machine itself, you know, typing on the keyboard and stuff, screen is not a bad option. Okay, I'm using screen. I'll call out screen key clicks because they're not too easy to memorize a lot of times, but I will call out some screen key clicks in the beginning of the tutorials or as I go in the you know. Okay. But screen is a helpful tool. This way you can view the documentation in one pane, and in another pane you can actually be doing something. For a long time I have installed with a PDF nearby. As far as like, I'd have a PDF on my laptop and I'd be installing on the actual machine. That gets cumbersome, and you're tying up 2 computers. If you don't like reading on your tablet, or if you don't like reading on your phone, the LFS 7.7 book through PDF, you can always just install screen, get a text web browser like links with a Y or links with an I, and split screen and go from that. And that's how I like to do my installs. Okay, so our little basic tools are done. We're okay. Now, another thing I know I have to do is, if we type in BLKit or block ID, we see we have file systems. Okay, but we have a native OS, we have our host OS, we have nothing carved out for our LFS system to come. So, while I'm here, I like to go ahead, I want to see fdisk SDA, and cut out a slice of my file system. I'm going to say new partition, primary, it's going to default, and I'm going to take up the rest of the disk. Okay, should end up only being something like slightly under 10 gigabytes. Okay, and 10 gigs is actually plenty for an LFS system. If you hit around 5, you're very close, but you need at least, I would go at least 4 or 5. Okay, I have done 6 gigabyte LFS systems before and had no problems. 10, no problem. Okay, I like to keep my sizes around 10 because if I want to clone my OS, it doesn't take forever and 3 days to clone, say, 2 terabytes of something you only actually have an operating system of 4 gigabytes on. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now with that disk, and nothing sticks unless you write it. Okay, and we can see here if we say fdisk-l, our partition is there, but we will not be able to format it until we reboot our machine. That's why I like to get these things out of the way first, because I am bound to reboot, and I'm pretty much saving a reboot. Okay, on to the book. Let's exit. I'm going to stay root. Okay, LFS target architectures, standards, prerequisites, it's up to you. Host system requirements, this is very important. Put your goggles on. Okay. All these are the system requirements that we do need to successfully install our LFS 7.7 system. Okay. All of our programs, we have to have these programs, and they have to have these minimal versions. So, what we're going to do is, instead of checking every single version by hand or by eye, this book comes with a handy dandy version checker script. Okay? I don't like to copy paste. I don't copy paste my LFS installs. I believe it's cheating, it's the lesser road, and you don't learn anything that way. Okay? I enter in the stuff like, you know, real dude. So, but I am going to copy paste this, because it's just a script that I can use. So I'm going to say Control A, escape. You can follow that too if you're using screen. Move the cursor around. Push enter to start where you want to start copying from, and I'm just going to push the down arrow until I get this all carved out. Great. Control A will toggle the next or the previous window. I want to say make a directory for both. I'm going to call this one LFS stuff. So you can tell LFS stuff. Here I'm going to say vim tiny, and the name of it's going to be version checker.sh. If you're not comfortable with Vim or don't know Vim, I is for input. I'm in screen, so I'm going to say Control A, close bracket, and that will paste what I have in my buffer. I'll toggle back, Control A, Control A. And I'll just go down. Control A, escape. Bring it into copy mode in screen. And pull all this out. Okay, you don't need to grab EOF or end of file. That will screw you up. Control A, close bracket to paste. Okay, great. Right quit. And there it is. Now also too, this version of LFS, and so did the last 2 or 3, come with a library checker. Okay, we need to copy this out though. Let's see, vim tiny, and I'm just going to call it lib. Oh no, god no. Checker.sh. Okay, input I, Control A, close bracket, and get the rest of this down here. Okay, and I'm going to toggle and Control A, close bracket, paste it, right quit, and now I need to make both of these executable. So I'm going to say change mod +X for both. I'm just going to say all. Okay, so now these are executable. And I can run my version checker first and see what it looks like. Okay, now we'll see a couple things here. We can either toggle back and forth, okay, and manually check what our versions need to be. Here it says here our bash version is 4.3.11. Okay, so then we look back here and say, okay, this is it. binutils is 2.24. Down here binutils says it needs to be 2.17. Okay, version is greater than 2.25 or not recommended. Okay, cool. Okay, we can either toggle and do all that, or we can do something else. The whole point of learning LFS is to get some skills, and why not use these skills? I'm going to say run version checker, and when I run version checker, I'm going to look for commonality for errors. You see here, G++, command not found. M4, command not found. M4 and G++ syntactically are different, two different words, but however they both share one common bond, which is the command not found. So if I say run version checker and I'm going to use grep for command, I don't need to do anything else, just command. I could say command not found. And let's run it. Okay, now this will give you a list of everything that you are required to have but don't have. And now we can just pinpoint these out one by one. So let's get down to business. SSH, wrong computer. 104. We'll say host OS. I'm going to SSH in from another pane. I thought I changed my password. I guess you can't change your password via SSH anymore? Bull. Okay. I hate Ubuntu so much. But the reason why I'm using it is the package manager is pretty well set. Okay, I don't need to hunt forever for dependencies. But man, this thing sucks. Okay, so let's say sudo su. You guys remember when Ubuntu used to be the best? Or it used to be something anyway. Sudo su. I'm going to say apt get install. I want to install these packages. I need Bison, I need glawk, I need G++, I need M4, I need make info, and that's it. So run it. Okay. Error. Unable to locate package make info. I'm going to take this one out and remember that I need it. Yes. Okay. Now, down here, I got aptitude because aptitude has a nice search function to it. And I'm going to search for make info. Oh, that's right. I can't use aptitude while I'm in. I need something. I totally forgot about that. That'll lock you out. So I can't search a package manager while I'm actually using the package manager. Makes sense. I forgot about it. But I would like to show you aptitude's search function. Do I have aptitude here? Yes, I do. Sudo su. I'm on my laptop now. And let's see if I can say aptitude search make info. I don't know if it, nah, it's not going to find nothing that way. Okay, So all these other packages I installed, they were there. Let's see, how about info? It's probably give me a buttload of data. In the past, I had gotten stumped. In the past, I have gotten stumped by this package. Where's my cursor? I have gotten stumped by this package, MakeInfo. Okay. Come to find out, MakeInfo is a part of TextInfo or TextInfo. Okay. And there's no way I can prove that right now, because when I search for MakeInfo, before I do know that TextInfo had popped up. However, that was 2 years ago, or actually no, it wasn't that long. It was a year ago, and now this isn't cooperating with me. So I could tell you to take my word for it. Okay. And I do want to install. I'm going to say sudo apt-get install TextInfo. Enter. Or yes. This is going to install TextInfo, TEX info. It takes a few seconds. But apt-get has a search function too. I'm not really familiar with it. I really don't even use a package manager anymore, except for if I'm running something like Mint. Okay. So now if we run our version checker script, I'm gonna hit Control L to clear. We run a version checker script. Remember, before we got errors, now we get no errors. Okay, so it's a good deal. But we're not out of the dark yet, because let's see. Can I exit this? Bring the book back up. If you look at the very top here, Bash 3.2 should be our version. Our version is 3 or 4.3. We're okay. But also it says should be a symbolic or hard link to Bash. We're using Ubuntu, and they decide to use dash. This will ruin your install. Okay, we have to relink that to Bash. So this is how I do it. I'm gonna say links www.google.com. I'm not really sure on linking. I link all the time, but it seems it's probably pure superstition. But to me, different operating systems seem to link differently, and I've really ruined the operating system by linking it backwards because I was used to the syntax of something else. Okay, so this is the search query I'm going to type in: link symbolic verbose bin bash Ubuntu solved. Okay. Wait. Shit. I should have went back. How about link symbolic bin bash Ubuntu solved. Nope. Wrong. It is in here. My search query is off. How about link bin bash Ubuntu solved? There you go. Okay. And like I said, once again, the placement of the links will change, but the URLs should stay the same. Okay. And in this on this forum post here, we have someone who links bin bash to bin sh, and that's exactly what we need. We're going to figure out or look at how he's doing it, and we're going to do the same thing. Okay, so first we say list. I don't like to do all that. Bin sh. We said it's linked to bin dash. Now we need to say remove. I like to say verbose. Bin sh. And we need to link symbolic verbose bin bash to bin sh. Okay, now if we run ls, you will see that we have, well, if I for anyone who does not know what that not is there, the exclamation point, it means run last instance of a command. So my last instance of the command was lsl, okay, bin sh. So you see here that we are linked bin sh to bin bash. Good to go. Now if we run our version checker, and I'm just going to pipe it through less this time, we can see that bin sh is a link to bin bash. And let me exit this. And that is exactly what LFS requires. Okay, good deal. Host system requirements, how to build a LFS system, what's new since the last release. That's all good reading. Now, one thing I didn't do was run the lib checker. I'll run that now. If you're using Ubuntu like me, you'll notice a common thing. And this has spooked me out before. But libchecker is supposed to check for these libs. It says that we need them. libgmp.la, libmpfr, libmpc.la. Okay, these libs are not here on our host install or our host system. I have found these not to be detrimental, not harmful. My system still works even though I don't have these libraries. Okay, so I will ignore this. Okay, so the deal is, we just installed some major heavy-duty programs like Bison and Geawk and G++ to our operating system, and we relinked the main shell of the operating system. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reboot my machine and come back instead of trying to go from here. Alright, so let's go. Exit. Exit. Alright, I'm going to cut the video here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.